Football managers often devise inventive strategies to outmaneuver their opponents, creating legendary moments and unexpected outcomes. Here are the top 10 most creative tactics that have stood out in football history. 1. The false nine. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. When Pep Guardiola deployed Lionel Messi as a false nine, it transformed football. Messi would drop deep, drawing defenders with him, which disrupted traditional defensive lines. This tactic allowed Barcelona to control midfield dominance while exploiting spaces for other attackers to score. 2. The sweeper keeper, Manuel Neuer's role for Germany. Goalkeeper Manuel Neuer popularized the sweeper keeper role, aggressively leaving his penalty area to intercept passes and launch attacks. This tactic, most notably used during the 2014 World Cup, revolutionized the goalkeeping position and is now a common approach for teams looking to keep high defensive lines. 3. Total Football, Dutch national team, 1970s. The Dutch team of the 1970s, led by Johan Cruyff, introduced total football, where players could interchange positions seamlessly. This tactic required every player to be technically skilled and tactically aware, challenging traditional rigid formations and emphasizing flexibility and fluidity. 4. Catenaccio, Italy's defensive masterpiece. Italy's Catenaccio system was a highly organized defensive style that relied on a sweeper behind a four-man defense. This tactic allowed Italian teams to absorb pressure and strike on the counterattack, focusing on disciplined defending, which brought them notable success, especially in the 1960s and 70s. 5. The 3-6-1 formation, U.S. men's team, 1994 World Cup. U.S. coach Bora Milutinovic introduced the unorthodox 3-6-1 formation at the 1994 World Cup. By flooding the midfield with 6 players, he focused on controlling possession and neutralizing opponents' attacks. This unexpected approach helped the U.S. reach the knockout stage, surprising many of their competitors. 6. Park the bus, Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. When Jose Mourinho used parking the bus with Chelsea, he popularized an ultra-defensive style aimed at nullifying opponents' attacks by placing nearly every player behind the ball. Though criticized as anti-football by some, it proved effective against high-scoring teams and earned Chelsea notable victories. 7. The Gegenpressing, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's gegenpressing involves aggressive pressing immediately after losing possession, often high up the pitch. Liverpool's relentless counter-pressing disrupted opponents' passing rhythm and led to quick turnovers, often creating scoring chances before the defense could recover. 8. The long ball game, Wimbledon's Crazy Gang, in the 1980s. Wimbledon FC used a direct, long ball tactic during the 1980s, eschewing short passing for long, high balls up the pitch. This disruptive strategy worked to frustrate more skill-based teams and helped them achieve shocking upsets, including their 1988 FA Cup win over Liverpool. 9. The Tiki-Taka, Spain national team and Barcelona. Spain and Barcelona used tiki-taka to dominate possession with short, quick passes. By continuously moving the ball and controlling tempo, they exhausted opponents while waiting for defensive gaps to emerge. This method led to Spain's historic wins at the 2010 World Cup and 2 European Championships. 10. The Zidane Roulette, France's Zidane tactic, 2006 World Cup. Although not a traditional tactic, the French team's reliance on Zinedine Zidane's unique flair and ball control during the 2006 World Cup involved a strategy of playing through him. Zidane's vision and skills allowed France to control the midfield, reach the final, and almost capture the title. From revolutionary formations to individual brilliance, these tactics shaped football history and continue to inspire strategic thinking on and off the field. Each approach demonstrates that success in football often requires creativity, adaptability, and the courage to break from convention.